Hi guys, I'm here again with another video for you, and today it is a favourites video. I haven't done a favourites video for a little while, so this is a combined July and August favourites video. So I'm going to talk about some of the products I've been loving lately, and I want to give you maybe an idea of something that I'm thinking of doing, so I'll talk about that at the end. First of all, favourites. Now, what beauty task do you hate? For me, there's lots of them. Hair removal, that's pain, but pretty high, maybe slightly above hair removal, is brush washing. You should wash your brushes. If you've got makeup brushes, wash your brushes. My thing is, I just keep buying more brushes and then I end up with millions to wash. So yeah, washing brushes, it's tedious. I don't like the way it dries my skin out because your hands in water so much. It's boring, it's not interesting. But we really should be doing it. The amount of bacteria and things that can live on your brushes if you don't clean them and you just keep using the same thing and again, not good. So you need to wash them. Now, I've tried a lot of brush cleaning products over the past few decades, maybe even. And yeah, they've done the job, but nothing's wowed me. MAC brush cleaner is overrated. Never liked MAC brush cleaner, I think it's overrated. Baby shampoo, brilliant, works. But God, would you really use that on babies when you consider what it can get out of brushes? I've used tea tree skin wash, which I think is really good because it's antibacterial. Elf brush cleaner was alright, but it smelled too strongly. I've got a couple of spray ones which I use in between uses, but I was yet really to find anything that I loved. So I actually tried this, which is Freedom Professional London Pro Studio Brush Bath Solid Brush Cleaner. Hello, you can see my camera. Yeah, and I love this. This makes brush cleaning a breeze. It really does. If you've got something to aggravate it, I bought a little scrubby pad from eBay. I've also used silicone oven gloves in the past. Get something to aggravate it, get this and you're sorted. Basically, it's a solid soap and you dampen your brush, you swirl your brush in it, and literally the stuff comes pouring out. You then give it a quick squeeze, but aggravate it on your mitt or whatever, and it's clean. Rinse it and it's clean. This stuff smells amazing. I would use bath products that smell of this. I love the smell, which always helps. And yeah, I love it. I think this is about £4 or £5. It's from Freedom Beauty, so you can get it in larger super drugstores, and you can get it. It used to have separate sites, Makeup Revolution and Freedom, but I think it's TAM Beauty now, the website. But I would thoroughly recommend this. I haven't tried Makeup Revolutions, but I can imagine it would be quite similar. But I really like this. This will last for ages as well. As I say, you just swirl it in. Now, it does get a bit mucky because obviously you get makeup residue on. So all I do is just stick it under the tap, which sounds a bit crazy. Stick it under the tap and rinse it. And then it dries down and you've got absolutely tons and tons left. This will last for ages. As I say, if you're listening, Freedom Makeup Revolution people, make a bath line smells like this because I'd use it. But I love this and it definitely makes it a lot easier. What next? We'll start off with a skincare product and something I've been loving again over the last month or so. And it is the Ultrasun High SPF 30 Face. Now this is basically the facial sunscreen. For those of you who don't know about Ultrasun, basically it is a once a day SPF unless you're in extreme conditions, you're frequently in and out of water and what have you, or you can't have any shade breaks, then you really probably don't need to reapply this. Now, I was really sceptical at first, but now, to be honest, if I went abroad, which I wish I was, but I'm not, this is the only stuff I would now take. Their body stuff is amazing. It's brilliant. They're basically, I never thought it would work, but I'm quite sun sensitive and this stuff works. Now, we haven't had an awful lot of sun in the UK, so I haven't stocked up on Ultrasun. I've just been using some things I got in beauty boxes. But I do swear by the face, and it is something that I absolutely love. Now, a good thing about this is once it's opened, you can keep using it for 24 months. It's not like other sun protection factors where you just need to throw it out after you've used it for the year. It lasts 2 years even when it's opened, so it's really economical to buy. Now, this is the face version. Now, at the moment, I'm going to talk a little bit more about this later, but my skin is playing haywire. And my skin at the best of times is very reactive. It can go very red. Sweat, heat, stress, frightened, scared, happy. My skin goes really red, but at the moment it's been quite sun sensitive. Now, I do use the things like glycolics and things, and if you use things like glycolics, then you do need to use an SPF daily. You need to protect the skin that you're trying to purify. So this is something that I swear by. Now, I'm going to show you what this looks like. I actually don't have very much of this left now. Now, don't be frightened of this. It looks quite thick, but it's really not. It doesn't leave a white haze on your skin or anything. And basically it goes into the skin straight away. Doesn't smell nice, doesn't smell of coconut or anything like that. It just smells of what it is, and it does the job. Now, what I really like about this is it's the perfect base for makeup, because I don't know how well you can see, but my hand is completely matte. It's not shiny. It doesn't leave your skin greasy. It doesn't make your skin break out. It's brilliant. So even if I am having a no makeup day, which I do have quite a lot of makeup days, I don't wear makeup every day, and I'm fine with that. I've got no issues with one bare-faced. So I will always stick some of this on. And as I say, it really helps my skin. As I say, I'm prone to redness. I'm starting to notice a little bit of pigmentation on my skin, so I'm starting to use this more often, and it is brilliant. It lasts ages. I mean, this was a 100ml tube, so you can imagine how long this has lasted. My mum uses this as well, because my mum has a medical condition that makes her quite sun sensitive, so this stuff is the best. So I'm putting it back on the bathroom cabinet where it belongs. Next, I'm going to start off with a product that I love, and to be honest, I'm a little bit scared now, because I went into Primark and they didn't have any of this. So I'm really hoping they haven't discontinued it and it was just off the shelves for whatever reason. And now it should have a pretty little white lid on, but it is the PS, i.e. Primark's beauty range, Cuticle Oil. I think I've showed you this in a Primark haul in the past, so I've got fluff stuck to it. And this is brilliant. I love OPI Avaplex Cuticle Oil. I love it. That is by far my favourite ever. But this is a very close second. What I love about this, it has a really, really, really wide brush. You literally, I'll put some on just to show you. It covers the nail, like in the cuticle area, in like 2 swipes. It is beautiful. This is a Primark nail varnish, by the way, in case you're wondering. It matches my shirt. It matches my shirt. That's why. So yeah, it's Primark. It doesn't have a colour on, but I will be doing a blog post on it. But I mean, it's just really, really good. It's full of, I think it's got avocado oils and things in, and it doesn't just sit there. It actually does absorb, and it was only £1 a bottle. That's what I've got left of mine. Thankfully, my mum has one that's nearly full, so I may be stealing my mum's when this runs out. But I really hope that this was just temporarily off the shelf or something, because this is really, really good. I've tried some budget ones before and they've been okay, but this is really good. I really like this, so please Primark, don't discontinue this, because I really like it. Right, so anyway, I think it's helped with my nail growth as well. My nails are actually growing. They're actually decent for once. They're all pretty much near the same length, so I'm quite pleased with that. But I definitely think cuticle oil makes all the difference. Now, next 2 products I want to show you are both from Benefit. I'm going to start off with this one, which is the Boing concealer in shade 1, which is the palest shade they do. This is from a kit, that's why it's a funny shade one. Right, my skin over the last month has been absolutely horrendous. I've gone from having 1 or 2 spots to literally having chin breakout all across there and all across there. It's hormonal. I've actually stopped taking the contraceptive pill, so I was warned that this might happen, and indeed it has. So my skin's broke out. It's not just on my face, I've got the odd spots on my back and everything as well, which I never used to have, but the ones on my face are kind of a bit, really don't want them to be there. They're not nice and they're painful as well. It's proper hormonal cystic acne. So what I've been using a lot of is Boing shade number 1. It's a concealer. It's a concealer, you can just see it on my hand there. It blends in quite well, so it's quite colour adapting, so it's not too obvious. But what I like about it, especially when your skin's a bit oilier, it's not an overtly wet concealer. It's quite it's creamy, but it's not overtly oily or what have you. So it actually stays where you put it, rather than when you have oily skin it just dripping off. So I'm really liking that. When I've been getting my brows done as well, they also put Boing on afterwards to get rid of the redness if the waxing's causing you redness. So it's okay. It's obviously okay for skin that's quite sensitive. So I think that's why it's working. So I'm really liking Boing shade number 1 at the moment. And speaking of Benefit and brows, I'm also liking this, which is the Benefit Browvo Conditioning Primer. Now I showed you this in a Benefit haul recently, and I really like this. This has made all the difference. I went for a free consultation with Benefit. I don't know how I didn't see my brows here, I've just got to give me brow one. A brow consultation, complimentary one, to just talk and say about the launches of the new brow range. And I was kindly offered a complimentary brow wax, which I took advantage of, and they recommended products and so on. I bought a couple of products straight away, and this was one of them, which is the Browvo Conditioning Primer. Now what this does, this basically can encourage your brows to grow. Now I always used to think, I don't want them to grow, they're fine the way they are, I don't want slugs on my face. But what actually I found, obviously trends have changed and a fuller brow is now more desirable, but apparently I'd been over plucking for years. So I'd lost all of the natural arch, especially on this side. I took them too far in at the end, and I was starting, like a lot of people, when you get to a certain age you start to lose your tails. So I was starting to lose my tails. So what this was recommended to me, not only as a base for putting my brow products on to make your brow products actually last longer, but this can also actually help your brows to grow. It contains keratin, so it can help your brows grow and lead to a fuller and thicker brow. All you do, I think I showed this in the individual video, you give it a twist up, you twist it up, and the product comes out of there, and it's sort of a silicone rubber, and you just take it across your brows and leave it to set a few minutes. Now, as I say, you can use it as a base for your brow products to make your brow products last longer, but you can also use it to overnight to help like grow your brows and to help condition them and thicken them up. And I really believe it has made a difference. I've been getting my brows waxed, I think it's about the 3rd or 4th month that I've been doing it at Benefit, and I really have noticed a difference. Now obviously, because this could be part of the reason I'm not so tweezer happy and I'm not attacking them every 2 minutes, which is killing me not to do this, by the way, but I really think it has made a difference. The hairs look thicker, dare I say it, they look darker, because I was starting to get the odd white one in there. So I'm going to persevere with this. I really think this has made a difference. Don't expect miracles, don't expect to put brows where it's not, but it really does help, and it is a really good base for brow products, especially the brow products in the Benefit line. So I'm really happy with this. Now the last 2 products I'm going to show you are products that come from beauty boxes. Now, I had a comment on a recent post, it was a suggestion actually, from one of my readers. I think it was Scottish Heather, apologies if it's not. If it's not, I'll tell you who it is below. And it was a comment about how they'd like to see some videos like talking about the things in the beauty boxes. Now, well, what I thought when I've used them. Now obviously if I've finished something, it'll be mentioned on my blog in the empties, and I do review some things on the blog that I don't mention on here, so by all means follow my blog if you don't already. But what I would say to that is I don't always use the stuff straight away. For whatever reason, whether it's just I'm not ready to use it, I'm using something else, I don't think I can get much use out of it then and there. So I don't always use the products then and there. What I am thinking of doing though, so that's not really maybe something that I could do. So what I am thinking of doing is maybe doing a favourites every now and then, containing some of the things in the beauty boxes that I've loved, like a special beauty box favourite roundup or something like that, talking about some of the things that I love in beauty boxes. Because I do find things, maybe it's just one in every 3 boxes that immediately becomes I must repurchase that, I love that so much. So maybe that's something I'm thinking of doing so in the future, so maybe look out for that. So that's maybe one way of doing it, rather than doing say an individual review, sort of doing a roundup of some of my favourite things that I've liked from previous boxes. So that's for the future and something I'm definitely considering doing. So I love your feedback, and I want to thank you for the comment, that comment in particular, because it really made us think about what people would like to see. And yeah, unboxings can sometimes be a bit flat, but as I say, I do try to integrate some of the stuff in with my blog as well. And if I finish a product, it's always in the end of month empty, so you can see what I thought about it then. But I'm going to start off by the final 2 products in this video are actually things that came from beauty boxes. Now, apologies, I can't remember. I've dropped something on the floor. I can't remember which ones. I remember where one of them came from. I'm going to bend down and pick this up because I can't do anything else. I remember which box one of them came in, but I can't remember which box the other one came in. So I'll try and find that out, and I'll try and let you know below, link below to the video that I got the products in. Now, the first product is a hand cream, and it is Crabtree and Evelyn Summer Hill Ultra Moisturising Hand Therapy. So yeah, it's a bit squished now because I've been using it. I use tons of hand cream, like cuticle oil, I use a lot of hand cream. Now, my overnight brand of choice is usually L'Occitane. I love L'Occitane hand cream. I have lots of L'Occitane hand creams, minis, full sizes, you name it. I love L'Occitane hand creams. But this came in the box, and I thought, oh, I just grabbed it. I'd finished something else, which was an Elemis one, which I loved. So I just grabbed this. This was the first thing I grabbed. And I have to say, I love it. It's the smell. The smell, it's basically like a bunch of flowers. It's quite heady. It's definitely quite heady. I wouldn't like to say, I don't even know what flowers this has got in. Honeysuckle, maybe it's the honeysuckle, it could be the honeysuckle, but it's quite a heady scent, heady floral scent, but it smells like you just shoved your hand in a bouquet, heads into a bouquet of flowers. Texture's good. It's quite thick, but without being overtly thick like L'Occitane Original Sheer, but I love it, but it can really take some rubbing in. So this isn't as thick as you couldn't use it during the day, but the smell, I definitely think it would be a love or hate smell with some people, but I think when I've read honeysuckle, I think it is the honeysuckle you can smell, but it is really nice. I love floral scents, and I really like that. I can't guarantee I would repurchase it because I have a drawer full of hand cream to use up, but if I did see it and I needed a hand cream, I would definitely consider repurchasing, definitely. I like the smell, I like the texture, and I'm definitely going to have a look to see if they do with anything else in this fragrance, because I like the fragrance, it's lovely. So that is Crabtree and Evelyn Summer Hill Ultra Moisturising Hand Therapy. I'll link below to the post where I originally got it in the beauty box so you can see that. And the final thing I'm going to show you is from a beauty box. Now, this was a My Little box. And this product, I love it, but I'm frustrated with it in equal measure. It's the Courreges La Fille de Lait. Woman of A perhaps, but it's Courreges, and I love this. I absolutely love this fragrance. I wasn't sure at first, but I thought it was, I think I remember thinking it was something that I could get on with. I think it's Orange Blossom. There's definitely some Orange Blossom. It's maybe tuberose or something. I just absolutely love this perfume. It's become one of my summer scents and go-tos for the past month or so. and alongside the Yves Rocher coconut that also came in a beauty box. I don't like coconut fragrance, so I don't really know what's going on there, but I just can't stop wearing that either. But this I love. I'm nearly halfway down the tube and that worries me. Do you want to know why that worries me? Because I can't find this stuff anywhere. I cannot find this perfume anywhere. I'm going to try emailing my little box to ask where the hell I can get this from. I've looked all the major perfume sites. I've got a relative who works for the fragrance shop. They haven't got it either. Are Courrèges perfumes available in the UK? I don't think so, because I can't find it. Because if they've put this in a box and we can't buy it, I'm going to be slightly annoyed. I really, really like this, and as I say, I just can't find it anywhere. Unfortunately, I'm not going abroad, so maybe I'm thinking, is it European? Is it something that you can only buy in Europe? Well, I don't even know that, because I'm struggling to find it on there either. So I just need to know where I can get this. I don't think it would be cheap. I really don't think it would be cheap by all accounts, but I just need it. I just need it. I need more. So I need to find out where this came from, because as I say, I really like this and I can't find any more. So I'm trying not to use it. So that's what I've got left. I've got about half of it left, because I was just using it freely, and I thought, actually, you should look up this into buying it. Can't find it. So my little box, I'm coming at you to find out where I can get this. But yeah, I really like this. That's all I can say. I really like it. Where can I buy you? That's frustrating, that. I mean, I think that is an issue with my little box, with being a French box as such. You get a lot of brands in it that are French and that you can't always get in the UK, which I find really frustrating. But I'm definitely going to get onto them to see where I can get some more of this. If not, I'm going to try and find a website for Courrèges or something. I know Courrèges did a makeup line with somebody, but it wasn't in that either. And I've even tried the discontinued perfume sites, the cheap ones, the overseas ones, and I still can't find it. But I will track it down. If I don't, this is going into permanent retirement until I can find some more. Very frustrating, that. But those were my favourites. As I say, beauty box things, I'm going to try and look into maybe doing a regular products I've loved from beauty boxes type video. But yeah, I hope that was useful. If you've spotted that Courrèges fragrance anywhere in the UK, please let me know. And if you have seen that cuticle oil in your local Primark, please let me know, just so I know it's not discontinued, because from my experience, Primark are not the best people to ask for if things have been discontinued. You don't tend to get a response. But I'm curious to that, and I'd love to know your thoughts on anything else that I've got featured in this video. And I'd also love to know what products you've been loving this month, or last month, or this summer in general. So leave me a comment and let me know below, and I will see you soon with another video.